When it comes to high school sports in Alabama, of course, football reigns supreme. But there's another sport that is gaining traction, and tonight it has the attention of female student athletes. NBC 15's Colin Cahill has our story.
No, it's not the WWE, but it is wrestling. And there's a lot going down on mats in Baldwin County.
2-1, let's go. I know that might sound crazy. It's one of the safest sports you can participate in.
Wrestling has been a sanctioned high school sport in Alabama for boys for decades. Now, a new crop of athletes is stepping onto the mats. Girls and their participation in the state has increased over the past 2 years from double digits to triple digits. But there is no official state championship for these competitors.
Think MMA. Girls see MMA on TV and they're like, well, hey, you know, if those girls can do that, then I can do this.
For girls wrestling to be sanctioned, 20% of the schools in the state have to declare it a sport, and it has to be approved by the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
We were probably right about 10 to 11%, I believe. The schools want it. We'll bring championships for girls wrestling. We just have to follow our constitution.
With so many options for sports these days, wrestling might not be the first choice for most girls.
My brother's been wrestling since like 5th grade, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And after all the years like watching him, I'm like, this seems pretty fun.
Like if I talk to a guy about it, he's like, you wrestle? And I'm like, yeah. And then I kind of like get a little bit embarrassed, but every time I tell a girl about it, they're usually like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Battling the boys on the mat is nothing new for Kaylee Holder, a sophomore at Daphne High School. She has more than a dozen matches this season against the boys with only 2 losses.
Definitely like teaches you like to work a lot harder whenever you wrestle boys, and I think that some girls take it for granted because they just wrestle girls.
Coach Jeff Coate has the final say on whether or not his girls will face off with a male challenger. He would soon like to see their own division. Jeff Coate and his team know growing the sport will take a lot of work.
Make this sport grow even more. It's just more girls need to step out of their comfort zone and just try it out.
Now, the Alabama High School Athletic Association had 3 all-girls tournaments planned for this year, but due to COVID, only one of those is being held, and that's in Birmingham this weekend. Meanwhile, the AHSAA is exploring future opportunities for female flag football in its high schools around the state. Reporting in Daphne, Colin Cahill, NBC 15 News.
And parents, if you're looking for another option to get your student a college scholarship, wrestling may be your ticket. More than 50 colleges now have women's wrestling teams.